Hi, on this rather gloomy Sunday. That picture says a lot, right? Still cloudy, cool, wet today. Upper low is still over us. We're on the good side of this upper low. Boy, the other side is South Carolina, where did you hear one part of the city of Charleston had 24 inches of rain in the last 24 hours? That's like a half a year of our rain in one day. Prolific flooding, and they're not done with it yet in South Carolina. They got today and tonight to go. Hey, enough about their weather. You want to hear about our weather? Let's look at the week ahead and a look back at what happened 20 years ago today. There's the setup with the upper low still over the Florida Panhandle, funneling the moisture into South Carolina. Joaquin being somewhat of a player. Some of that moisture from Joaquin also helping to funnel into the Carolinas as well. So the upper low finally starts to move off to the east today, and gradually it's going to weaken its grip on us. We'll start to see some improvement. But for today, nothing different. Still some scattered showers around from time to time. Cloudy, cool, breezy. Temperatures only in the 60s, much like yesterday and the day before. By tomorrow, I think we are cloudy for a good part of the day. But I'll say I'll be optimistic and say we'll see some clearing perhaps in the afternoon hours. By Wednesday, big high pressure over us. It's sunny. It's nice. Temperatures are back in the 80s. In fact, I think 60s today, but you can see the 80s return Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. I think we'll be in the upper 50s late tomorrow night and to Tuesday night because the skies will be clear. The clouds have been acting as an insulator last couple of days. There's Joaquin, still an amazing Category 3 hurricane, winds of 115 miles per hour. Joaquin will brush by Bermuda to the west, but still have a tremendous effect on Bermuda. Lots of wind and waves and rainfall, so it's going to be terrible there. There's another hurricane. Yeah, 20 years ago today. Isn't that amazing? 20 years since Opal came ashore. That was around, it started around the Yucatan, and then it moved almost a beeline straight to the north-northeast into Destin. It came ashore around Destin, was still a full-fledged hurricane over the city of Montgomery, made a beeline to the north to Huntsville and points farther north. Look at that line straight to the north. Look at the damage along the coast. Destin was changed forever. I mean, they had to rebuild a lot of stuff in Destin. So it took a direct hit from a Category 3 hurricane. That's a pretty big deal on an October day in the afternoon. And then it took about 7 hours for it to get from Destin all the way up to the city of Montgomery, and then it made a beeline farther up to the north. We're remembering Opal today. So yeah, Opal was still a full-fledged hurricane over the city of Montgomery. Now, I don't know if that happening at any other time in modern history. By that, I mean, sometimes by the time they get to us, they're a tropical depression or a tropical storm. They've already weakened. This was a full-fledged hurricane. And I know this is really geeky. Here's the 10 o'clock advisory number 30 from the National Hurricane Center on October 4th, 1995. The center of Hurricane Opal is located just south of Montgomery, Alabama. Wow, for a weather kid that grew up on Lake Erie and loved weather all his life, that was a chilling statement. If anybody ever asked me, were you ever in a full-fledged hurricane? Why, yes, I was. Amazing. And in the studio, the hurricane is worse at 10 o'clock. We're during the 10 o'clock news. 90-mile-an-hour winds gusting at Maxwell and also at Danley Field, and part of the roof in Studio B gave up, and water started coming in on the main set. So we had to move the news to the Live at 5 set in another part of that room. Another thing I remember, I had bought a brand new 1995 GT convertible 2 days earlier, and I was saying, please God, don't let anything happen to my car. I want to hear your comments about Opal. Leave them in the comment sections below as we remember what happened 20 years ago today. Next video will be online by about 6 o'clock in the morning. In the meantime, I hope you have a... See you later.